It began on a night when the sky refused to stay quiet. A night when the wind carried whispers, and death rode on horseback. Out here, in the forgotten plains, power is measured not by law, but by the sound of a gun. And on this night, 7 men came to take what wasn't theirs. They came laughing. They came confident. They came believing they were untouchable. What they didn't know was that the ranch they were riding toward belonged to a woman who had already survived hell. Her name is in Washington, 68 years old. A quiet, black widow living on a ranch most people in this town pretend doesn't exist. But behind those calm, wrinkled eyes hides something they never expected. A past soaked in desert sand and gunpowder. A name that once sent fear into the hearts of men halfway across the world. They thought she was weak. They thought she was alone. They thought wrong. By the time the sun rises, not all of them will be breathing. But this isn't just a story about revenge. This is a story about memory, about pain, about what happens when the system turns its back on justice. So before we enter this long night, I need you to lean in, because every shadow has a past. And in Washington's past is about to awaken. If you're ready for the truth, hit that subscribe button. Like this video if your heart's already racing. And tell me in the comments, what would you do if the law failed to protect you? Now let's go back to the night the Cowboys came. The ranch sits on the farthest edge of the county. A stretch of dry earth, cracked fences, and stubborn grass. Most people drive past it without looking twice. But those who do never forget it. Locals call it the widow's land. Not because it's cursed, but because the woman who owns it doesn't speak much. And when she does, people listen. Every morning, and Washington steps out onto that porch like clockwork. Same chair. Same coffee mug. Same quiet stare across the fields. She doesn't wave. She doesn't smile. She just watches. Watching is what kept her alive. Out there, in the dust, she finds peace. Or something close to it. But in a town that thrives on whispers, silence is a dangerous thing. In the bar down on 4th Street, in the dusty aisles of the feed store, and even in the church pews on Sunday mornings, they talk about her. Some say she's a witch. Others claim she buried gold somewhere on the land. And a few claim they saw her shoot a rattlesnake clean through the eye from 50 yards away. But among the men who wear hats too big and guns too loose, rumors turn to plans. Men like Cole Briggs. Cole doesn't just run with the Cowboys. He leads them. The kind of man who doesn't need the law, because the law bends to him. His family's been tied to this town for decades. Old money. Dirty power. When black farmers lost their land, Cole's father bought it for pennies. Cole and his crew, 6 men with whiskey for blood and cruelty for sport, have made a name